Hello, guys. Welcome back to another live streaming here on Our Eyes, Your Eyes. As I was promising you this morning, look, I went to work too, so I'm a little bit tired. Maybe you can see that I'm starting becoming tired. But anyway, as I was promising you, I'm going to analyze the ending theme song Akuma no Ko, this ending that is becoming so popular and so loved. I'm going to analyze two things: the scenes, that means what we see during this ending theme, and I'm also going to analyze the lyrics. There will be these two things. For the lyrics, I'm going to rewatch the ending because there are even the subtitles, and I'm going to read you line after line. So we are going to talk about this. But anyway, definitely I'm going to start analyzing the scenes because I think that they are the most important. Okay, together with the lyrics, of course, but actually, what we see first sometimes is more important than the lyrics. I mean, usually what our eyes can catch is something different instead of the lyrics themselves. So then, of course, I'm going to analyze them too. Okay, first of all, Akuma no Ko, that means the child of the devil. Uh, this is something sad. Once again, this is remarking the fact that we are approaching a part of the season that is pretty dark, and it's also reminding us that the knowledge about what's going on it's becoming pretty obvious to all the characters, even if everything sounds so confusing. But I think that, yeah, the main character Eren in this case already knows what's going to happen to him, and by being well aware of this fact, he is well prepared. It's a little bit bad to say, but it's what's happening. I mean, Eren is well aware of the fact that he will die, as I was telling you already. This is what I feel, but I think it's obvious to you too. And thanks to this ending theme, we understand that he is feeling more. So I definitely think that Eren is conscious about this. But anyway, let's start analyzing the scenes frame after frame. In this case, there are no spoilers, even if some of them they can be considered spoilers, but to me they are not because once again I tell you, I am feeling confident for the fact that Eren will die. This is not a huge spoiler to us anymore, I guess. And the way in which he will die, it will be still a spoiler, let's say, even if I'm just guessing it what's about to happen. But anyway, okay, let me start. If you see that I look down, is because I took notes. Otherwise, I'm about to forget things as always. But you will not see me reading anything. I will just keep an eye to check if I'm saying everything. Okay, first of all, the first scene we see Eren with this scarf. And when I saw it, I thought, okay, it's like the ending number one. If you remember, even over there, okay, there was not Erena, there was Mikasa, but she was having her scarf around. So I think that also in this case, we are reaching the end. And we are reaching the end in the best way because this loop, this cycle, this circle is closing. And I really like that even the openings, the endings, they are playing their great role because they are giving us the chance to check all these things by connecting with other endings or by understanding this great bond between Mikasa and Eren. Mikasa was the protagonist in ending number one, and Eren is now the protagonist of ending seven. I think this is so beautiful as a turning point of everything and as an ending point. This is pretty sad, because I know that I will cry when it's about death, separation, and deep bonds. I will cry for sure. But uh, I think that is still really romantic to watch this. Romantic because we are talking about a difficult love story. And I think that this ending was analyzing this, was underlining this perfectly. I mean, I think that this is one of the most difficult love stories ever because we are reaching the end and they still didn't confess anything of their feelings except for season two. But we know how hard it is from both sides to say goodbye without even living each other. And this is even bad. I mean, this is even worse. But anyway, we see Eren with this scarf, and you all know that this scarf is the perfect connection to Mikasa because now Mikasa has this scarf, so it's like an engagement ring. I mean, it's like Eren didn't give her a ring, but he gave her this scarf that is going around her neck, and it's like a ring, an engagement ring. And by saying, "I will always put around your neck a scarf forever," this is a greatest. A great love declaration, in my opinion. So yeah, that was really beautiful. Anyway, we see Eren with the scarf, with the knife full of blood, and at the same time, he is surrounded by flowers. Okay, and this is the first frame. So he has the scarf, he has the knife, the same knife that he used to save Mikasa that day in episode 6. So we see of season 1, we see all the things that happened. But these protagonist is surrounded also by flowers. And if you remember, you all remember the main sentence, the world is cruel but also really beautiful. That's a way to summarize this. I mean, it's a way, thanks to symbology, to let you understand that the world can be beautiful, the flowers, but at the same time, the world is really cruel because if you attack me, I have to defend myself. Or if you attack a person that I love, I can't stay like this and I have to defend her. And if there's the need, I have to kill her. I have to kill him or her that is going to attack the love of my life. So from one side, we see that Eren in season 1 could have seen himself as a hero at that time because he could have saved Mikasa. I mean, from Mikasa's point of view, he was a savior. He was a hero because in that moment, he was rescuing her life. But at the same time, it could have been seen as the son of the devil because he is a baby boy and he is killing 3 people and he is 6 or 7 years old or something, 7 or 8, I don't remember exactly, but he is really young and he is killing 3 people already. So this is not something normal, of course. And the instinct that he was having throughout that moment makes you understand that something was wrong. And it was not something that it's happening every single day, fortunately, but this contrast makes you understand this. I mean, it makes you understand that it depends on the perspective. Some people can see this as an action from a hero that is rescuing a person, and on the other side, you can see this as the result of something really bad, a starting point of something that is, I don't want to say demonic because no, but something really bad that shouldn't happen. And of course, Eren did what he did because Mikasa was attacked in that moment because Mikasa's mom was killed and she was feeling hopeless. She was about to be kidnapped too or killed too. So in that moment, you stop, I think you stop thinking, and the only thing you want is to rescue the person that has a difficult moment. And in fact, in season 1, We all thought, oh wow, Eren saved Mikasa, and he was um, how can I say, he was encouraging her to do the same. I mean, he was encouraging her to tatakae, to fight, and to be strong, because if you're not strong in this world, you can't survive. Was this an encouragement or a way to take her inside of this cruel world too? As you can see, there is this dualism, so it depends on how you see things. But actually, yeah, the fact that we see this first scenario in the ending makes you understand that the world is cruel, but at the same time, it can be really beautiful. Um, Sorry, I'm stretching my neck. I'm so tired. But anyway, then we see another beautiful thing. We see this flower that is becoming dirty because there is a little bit of blood descending on it. This is a great symbolism. Um, it's representing, these are just my thoughts, but this is representing the pureness of a person that is deleted forever. And in fact, after Eren killed these three men, he was not the Eren of before. He changed. And after that moment, everything changed forever. So I think that that moment of the flower that is touched by the blood is, yeah, these lost this loss of pureness, this loss of innocence, this uh, flower that it's becoming dirty, as if his soul is becoming contaminated, is becoming dirty for what he did. And there is no turning back, because once the blood is touching the flower, even the flower is no more white, it's becoming a different color, right? So everything is changing. This contrast of colors that is omnipresent, I mean, it's always there. And this white that is attached to red, even yeah, the red can be referring to the devil, because usually, even in literature, in religion, in many other subjects, we represent the devil, or we represent demons with these dark tones of red. So it's like as if the demon is going inside this pure and white flower to contaminate it, to trick it, to change it, to manipulate it. I mean, to change the background of what it was. And the result is this, yes, Eren from that moment is no more the same boy we used to know. And this background story helped us a lot in episode 6, because we understood why Mikasa was there with him, why she was rescued. But at the same time, we know where Eren comes from. I mean, he comes from a background story that is not simple at all. And this flower that is, yeah, contaminated by this red tone, it's so effective to me. And once again, you understand that he got in touch with the reality of this world. I mean, I told you many times, so there's a contraposition between innocence and experience. The fact that innocence is when you dream, you have a sort of a vision of the world that it's typical of a children, because the children are really innocent. They don't know how to temptate you, they don't know how to trick you, they are really pure, okay? But when you discover the reality of the world and you are immerse yourself in it, you acquire experiences. I mean, you get in touch with the experience. And while getting in touch with it, you are no more innocent. You understand that the reality of the world is something you have never imagined, something that can disappoint you, something that can make you sad, something that, yeah, you have never imagined because you have always dreamt something else, probably that everyone was kind, that everyone was respectful. But while you're getting in touch with the real world, you discover that there are good people, but there are also bad people, and you can't avoid these because these opposite, are ruling the world. The good and the bad has to stay both the same. I mean, they have to exist because one can't live without the other one. But the risk is that when you get in touch with these opposite, when you know that there is this risk to be good or to be bad, it's up to you then to decide the path to take. And of course, Eren, not just because of his decision, because Grisha turned him into a Titan, but also because of what he experienced before this moment, he decided that to take the wrong path, let's say. And that's why Akuma no Ko, because I'm sure that he has never wanted to take that path, but at that time, when there was no other solution, he had to do this because in that moment he felt that it was necessary to rescue Mikasa like that. So as you can see, this flower that is getting in touch with the blood, it's the change, the contamination, the difference, innocence versus experience, the pureness that is lost, contrasting the experience that can be really brutal and can change your life forever. And in fact, this is what happened. Another thing I wanted to say is that I really like, even in this case of the ending, the contrasts of colors. I talked about these even in the live streaming dedicated to the opening. If you go and check it out, you find it on the channel, on the playlists too. But the contrasts of the colors you see in this ending is quite evident. I mean, you see Eren that is walking, and the surroundings, it's pitch black, it's obscure, it's pretty dark. And on the opposite side, you see that on the floor there are lots of flowers. Once again, the world is so cruel, but it can be even so beautiful. You are surrounded by darkness, and it's so cruel, the world, because it's a reflection of how human beings are behaving. And the result is wars, battles, revenge, uh, sadness, fear, terror, all these bad stuff. But at the same time, there is even the white tone. That means those flowers are representing the beauty of the world. And we all know that for Eren, the beauty of the world is still Mikasa, is still Armin. They are still the best side of his world, or of the world in his opinion. Let's say that there can be even the contrast between the entire world and Eren's world, because all of us have different friends, all of us have a different family, so we can take Eren's position every time we want, and we can ask ourselves, what's the beauty for our world, our microcosm cosmos. While if we refer to the maxi cosmos, I mean the entire world or the universe or whatsoever, there are other way to judge what's beauty and what's not, what's beautiful and what's not. Do you understand what I mean? There is this huge contrast, and in fact, in this ending, we see that we are talking about Eren's world and not the world totally is cruel and also beautiful. Yeah, it can be referred even to an entire world, and it's something obvious because it's referring to what's good and bad in life in general or in the world in general. But here in the ending, we see that the main protagonist of what we are hearing, what we are watching is Eren. So we are reflecting all of our feelings to Eren's world, and what to Eren is beautiful, what to Eren is bad and cruel. As much as when we did it for Mikasa, I mean, Mikasa's point of view. But yeah, these this contrast between flowers and pitch black settings surrounding it and is pretty good because these dark tones of colors surrounding it and represent the setting that doesn't exist. I mean, I don't understand how to explain this, but it's like as if Eren was dreaming. Do you remember, even before going out of the Wall Maria together with Armin, when they were kids, they were dreaming. They were talking about all these continents and what was there, what was there. Let's go there. Let's discover the world. So the dream in their mind, it was full of colors, full of different tones compared to each different continent and what that book was describing them, right? But once he went out of the walls, all these dreams, all these colorful dreams that they had, they are turning black because this is not what they expected to find. And I really like this because it's like Plato. It's a great philosopher. You all know him. And it's not just Plato, I can mention many others. Um, but yeah, even Schopenhauer is another great philosopher that he's making you understand with this Maya veil. As much as Plato, he has this cavern. I mean, these. Um, how can I say? Yeah, this place in which man is supposed to see some things, but reality is totally different. And yeah, Plato, Schopenhauer, then you find many other conjunctions, connections, but definitely this pitch black is the result of what Eren thought that the world was, but then he was he felt a complete disillusion, and he felt that he was growing because finally he was realizing how the world was. Um, yeah. But at the same time, while he realized this, and no matter how pitch black it's surrounding him, it's all around him, there are still those beautiful flowers on the floor while he is walking. And this is a great sign because even if he discovered that the world is so mean and the world thinks that he is a monster. The world thinks that they are Akuma, that they are devils. He still is attached himself to Mikasa, to Armin, to Jan, to his friends that are the beauty side, the beautiful side of the world that he's living in. So I really like this balance, this contrast that is quite evident. Um, and then here we go. Now you see that the scarf is opening and it's transforming into the bird. Okay, this maybe this is the only spoiler that people can have, but I already guessed it. I mean, if you follow me months ago, I already told you this. 2 months ago, more or less, yeah, when I while I was rewatching part one of season four, I was already telling you that while analyzing all the trailers, all the openings, and some scenes of the previous seasons, referring to all these stuff of the birds, the butterfly, the scarf, and things like this. I already told you 2 months ago that, in my opinion, the scarf will always stay to Mikasa. And we were talking 2 months ago. We were talking about the heritages. I mean, what's left when Eren will die. And I was telling you, look, I definitely think that Mikasa will still have the scarf, and that thing, that object, will always tell her that Eren will be there for her. That it's a sign, It's, I told you already, it's like when people believe in signs, even in real life. If they lose a dear person, but then they catch or they receive some strange things that they call them signs, as if they can feel still the presence of a person that is dead. Um, and Mikasa will do the same. I think that not only she will have the scarf around her, but you all know that while following Attack on Titan, we found so many times in which birds they were the protagonists. I was telling you this also this morning, and 2 months ago I was telling you, look, I don't know if Eren can represent the bird or the butterfly, because I was always convinced that the butterfly was Mikasa because by looking at the lost girls and things like this, you always see that Mikasa is surrounded by butterflies. But at the same time, I've always told you, look, Eren at this point, he is the bird, or maybe he will reincarnate into a bird, or thanks to the bird, he will always be next to Mikasa somehow. So I like these things because when you lose a person, a dear person, a person you really love, it's really hard to accept his or her death. And that's why we are always trying to find a way to accept this death by connecting ourselves with something. It can be an object, it can be an animal, it can be the weather, it can be a cloud, it can be everything, okay? A memory, a picture, whatever. But we feel so pain in those moments that we definitely can't accept that we can go on living without this person. So if Eren is symbolized as the bird, but we saw it this even in episode one, sincerely. I mean, in episode one, you see two birds flying over the wall. And yes, I've always told you that those birds, those two birds, in my opinion, they were Eren and Mikasa. But or I told you already that when Mikasa is having this flashback about her previous life, when her parents were alive, you see, oh, I don't know if this was already a spoiler, but you see Mikasa's dad, who is an Ackerman, grabbing a bird from the neck, and that bird is dead. And it's one bird only. So maybe that was a huge spoiler already, and that's why I still believe that Mikasa is going to kill Eren. But anyway, it's a bird. Do you understand what I mean? So I think that yeah, maybe Eren can reincarnate into a bird, and he will be able to visit Mikasa whenever she wants, whenever she will feel his presence, thanks to the scarf. And in fact, even in the ending, you see that the scarf is opening, and it's transforming into the bird. So maybe thanks to that bird, Eren, reincarnated as a bird, will always remember where to go back. This concept of belong, to belong to somewhere, that is also expressed in the lyrics of the ending. It's so beautiful because Eren always knew that he had a place he belonged to, as much as Mikasa. But Eren went to Liberio, and when he went to Liberio, he said, I'm sending these letters to my family. And when he said that to Falco this, I don't think that he was saying this because he didn't want to say, I'm going to send these letters to my comrades. No, he definitely felt as if Mikasa, Armin, Jan, Connie, they were Levi, Hanji, they were his family. So, as you can see, Eren went to Liberia some years. He stayed alone some years over there, but I definitely think that he always thought, okay, even if I'm here alone, I still have a place where I belong to. And that place is my home. And in fact, even when Mikasa is meeting him later, one of the first things she says is, "Let's go back home." Or later, she said, "Look, it's enough, Eren. Let's go back to our home." And this is essential. You really understand that Eren has still a place he belongs to, and this is so important. Even if now they are all against Eren, there is still a place he belongs to, and in fact, that place is Mikasa. So I really like in the ending when they are showing that the scarf is transforming into the bird, and the bird, that is Eren, will always know where to go back, where there is the scarf. That means Mikasa, and Mikasa is his home. The one that survived, actually, Grisha is dead, Carla is dead, Mikasa is his family. So I definitely like this. Then this scarf is transforming into the bird, but the bird has lots of colors. And this is so beautiful because after we see that Eren is surrounded by these black setting, even no matter if there are these flowers below him, but this bird that finally can fly, and while flying, this bird is full of colors. This is so beautiful because these are the colors that are making you free. I mean, you always hope to see the world with colors, not just black and white. And while you're able to do so, it means that you're really free. When you see the world in black and white, it means that you lost a little bit of you. And you are under pressure, or maybe you are confined somewhere. You are not free to be yourself. You, and for this reason, you are, yeah, in a cage. In fact, later we are going to see this cage, but you are limited. And in fact, Eren has a limit. He has a time limit by being a human being first of all, and second of all, because he's a Titan, and by becoming a Titan, it means that you have a time limit. So this sort of life, because in my opinion, in Eren's opinion, this is not life anymore, but to survive a life like this makes him really tired, makes him really depressed, frustrated, because he knows that after this time limit is finished, he will not have the time as all the others to spend with other people. So he knows that he has to die, and by dying, he is finally ready to go and to be free, to fly away from this cruel world, a world that he doesn't like it as it is, because he thought of something totally different, and a world in which he saw that humanity is one against the other one, and it's not a community that is fighting for something good all together. A world that can be corrupted, a world that can turn you into a Akuma no Ko by doing bad stuff, not because you really want to, but because you are forced to do so, like in the case of when he rescued Mikasa, and so many other stuff. So why do we have, in Eren's mind, is why do we have to live in a world that is so cruel, that even if it's so beautiful, it's cruel. I don't like it. I didn't imagine that the world was like this. I thought that we all together, we were fighting against the Titans, but at the end of the day, this was not what it means. At the end of the day, we are one against the other one. And this was not supposed to be the world I thought. So once again, the disillusion when you're getting in touch with the reality, with the truth. And even the ocean, okay, that was separating the innocence and the experience. This ocean is the path to take in order to create this disillusion inside of your mind, inside of your heart. And it's painful. In fact, I told you once again, I tell you once again because I told you already, but Eren was the only one who was not smiling when they reached the ocean. So he was the first one to have this disillusion in front of his eyes. Um, but then these colors that are part of this bird that is flying uh, is the freedom that can release Eren from all the regrets, for all the bad thoughts, for all the revenge he wants to fulfill. A freedom that can let him rest in peace, finally. Because throughout all his life, he was always fighting. He was always trying to not feeling guilty. He was always feeling himself as if he was a good for nothing. He thought that he couldn't change anything, and he struggled to fight here, fight there, find a solution. There was not a moment of silence. There was not a moment of a peace. And this bird that is so colorful makes you understand that that's Eren's soul while he will reach the other side of the world. That means another dimension. Or he can be, yeah, reincarnating into something else. That something else doesn't need to create such a great responsibility, or maybe he just wants to die because he knows that, yeah, he will finally rest in peace. And this is pretty sad to say because you all know that I don't love I mean, I don't like to talk about these things because I don't think that ending your life is the best solution. But in the case of Eren, he already has his destiny written because he has this time limit anyway. So there is no escape from that. It's not, I don't think that if Eren didn't have this time limit, probably he would have thought the same. But by having it, in Japanese, you say shikatanai. I mean, shikatarimasen. That means it can't be helped anymore. There is no other way to change things anymore. So the only solution is that. Um, and yeah, but by being free, he can kill this demon inside himself, this power that he has never searched for, because I think that Eren still remembers when he was really young and he was really innocent, and the only thing that mattered was to defend himself or his friends against all those friends who were bullying them, especially Armin. I mean, all these insignificant things compared to what's happening now, these simple things that were definitely the most beautiful things because they were simple, and life was so beautiful because it was simple, and there were no problems at all. It was just a quarrel. I mean, they were just fighting one against the other one, but at the end of the day, can we compare those things while they were bullied or when they were attacked by other kids compared to what's happening now? No. Huh? So yeah, he will be free even from this demon, this power, this Shingeki no Kyojin that resides inside him, and he didn't even want to get in touch with, I guess. But yeah, yeah. And let me tell you, this scarf that is transforming into the bird, and then the bird is touching the edge of the cage because the cage is closing. That thing, in my opinion, it means that the only, even if he wants to be free, and that's the dream he has and he will always have until he dies, there is still that scarf that is trying to pull him down, that is trying to take him back. And that scarf is Mikasa, of course. And that's Mikasa is the only person together with Armin They are the only people who are still so important to Eren, and they are the reason why Eren feels so sad. I mean, he doesn't want to leave them, but at the same time, he has to go because there is this time limit. So, as you can see, Eren is in a hard position right now because he knows that he will die and he really wants freedom. He really wants to reach that state of mind that doesn't exist anymore. That means he's dead because by being dead, he would be free. And at the same time, he doesn't want to lose his friends. And that's why the bird is stopped by the cage closing, or the bird is transformed by the scarf because of this, because his friends are still there. And even if the will of dying is so strong, at the same time, there is Mikasa and Armin over there, and he knows that he will not live together with them. And this, it's so sad. It's really sad because let's be in Eren's position for 1 second. You can't handle it anymore. You are so tired living like this. You're tired to find the revenge. You're tired to fight. You're tired to be used by others because you are a tool for others. You're tired to spread terror. You're tired. You just want to end everything, even yourself. But at the same time, these dear friends are there. You know that you will never live together with them anymore. You know that maybe Mikasa is going to fall in love with another man. What to do at that point? Because maybe Eren is thinking something like this. What if I will not be here? So what if Mikasa is going to fall in love and Armin? Okay, Armin too has a time limit, and this is the only question I'm asking myself over and over again. What will happen to Armin? But this is reality. Maybe Armin can find another best friend. Eren is turning crazy. I'm sure of this because he's thinking, I will not be there. I will not have the chance to be there. So what do? I can reincarnate in a bird, or anyway, there will be the scarf, and I hope that Mikasa will always wear this scarf, so she will always remember me. But it's pretty sad. Okay, this is heartbreaking. Okay, I was almost crying a few seconds ago because I'm already thinking about how much I will cry later. um, these are notes. These are just notes. So my question is, will he show himself as a bird to Mikasa? At this point, yes. This ending makes you understand that this more than ever this thing. As much as all the other references of the bird in season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4. I mean, yes. Yes, I think so. And I was telling you this months ago, so it's not just now, but I believe this already. So, yeah. And then this bird, yeah, before being caged once again, this bird is reaching the clouds. You see that it's flying over the clouds and he's reaching the stars, and everything is so beautiful because these clouds, once again, it's like the opening. Okay, these clouds are the clouds of wars, battles, insecurities, revenge, everything that is so bad. And these clouds are terrible because while the bird is trying, he's struggling to reach the stars, the clouds are huge. I mean, they are so many. And it means that those clouds are the veil that can't let the bird go up, that can't let Eren be free, because he's still stuck in this cruel world. But when he's reaching the stars, there is this emotion. It is, yeah, I made it. And then the cage is closed once again. But I already explained you why the cage is closing, because I feel Eren, okay? I really feel him. I want to be free, I want to be free, but I'm leaving them over there. Is it okay? Will I regret this? Will I feel pain because of this? Should I feel happy for myself only? Or should I feel still sad? Or am I sad? Am I happy? What do I have to do? And the cage is closing. Not just because of the world wants him to stay here, or not just because Mikasa wants him to stay next to her, but also because he is insecure. No matter if he wants to go, there is still some places he belongs to, and this is pretty tough. Um, oh, sorry, I have to stretch my neck a little bit. Um, then, yeah, of course. Um, while while the bird is trying to go against this cage that is closing, these are Eren's feelings. Yeah, I want to go. I want to go. Let me be free once for all. But he can't for the moment. But he knows that he will. He feels in a cage. I mean, he feels a prisoner in a world that he doesn't like. Think about it. Once again, I tell you this. Eren was inside the walls, and he thought that all the community was fighting against the Titans. That means humanity versus the Titans. Then he discovers that the Titans are human beings because of others. I mean, transformed into Titan because of others. That makes you understand that it's humanity versus humanity. And this is something terrible to get in touch with. There are not monsters who want to eat human beings. There are human beings who want to create titans that are human beings transformed into titans to kill other human beings. So the cruelty is something crazy. And mm, he feels in a cage also because he has this destiny already written, as I told you, because he's a giant, he's a titan, and we can't avoid this, we can't erase this. It's a fact, and it's a sort of cage. His own power is a cage because he can't behave like all the others, or he is always used by others for their own purposes. So this is a curse. This power is a curse, is a cage. Then I don't know if you noticed, but this cage, like a bird cage, it seems like an eye. I mean, an eye, un occhio, lo dico anche in italiano. It seems like an eye. It's like as if somebody else is ruling on Eren. Somebody else is looking every time what Eren is doing, and it's criticizing, analyzing, judging Eren for what he's doing. He feels observed. I don't know, that cage, it makes the shape of an eye. It can be Ymir looking at him, trying to find him, waiting for him. It can be the world that is looking at him, and they are judging him without even knowing him. Look at Elena, or look at Connie when he is even thinking that he betrayed him, for example, right? So he feels under observation, under control, and he doesn't feel himself anymore with his free will and with his free thoughts. And once again, I remark this, even when the cage is closing, the cage is so bad because it limitates you. I mean, you can't go out, so you have a space that is limited. And you're forced to stay inside. And it seems something really bad, but at the same time, he is always surrounded by flowers. That means, once again, the world is cruel, but also really beautiful. And then there is this explosion of colors in which we see Eren still as a boy. I think that's the Eren, the dreamy Eren, the Eren that is dreaming the world as he would have liked it to see. That means a world full of colors, without walls, with a great panorama, with a great sun in front of him, surrounded by beautiful flowers, no restrictions, no colors, like as if you go to next to a valley and it's an open space and you can shout and you can do whatever you want. This sensation of freedom that is described by colors, is described by the light of the sun, it's described by his face. It's like as if those flowers around him, they smell. I mean, they have a great smell of a freedom, not just of a freedom, but of something really beautiful. And yeah, I think that's a sunset once again. Mm. And uh, and yeah, sorry, but the sunset, you know, that means the end. And in fact, Eren later, he is transforming. I mean, you see in the ending that he's switching to his adult version, and he goes. But sorry, sorry, but if I think about it, I'm crying already now. Mm. Then we see something really beautiful. Sorry, I have to change subject a second because you see the ruins of a paradise. You see the ruins of a paradise. I really liked them because this is the world that was before for Eren, and it doesn't exist anymore. It's in ruins because it's after, definitely, I'm pretty sure it's after the rumbling bottle. That means maybe some centuries passed already, or some decades passed over there, and it's all ruined because that world doesn't exist anymore. And he's well aware of this. Plus, these ruins are still covered by green. I mean, they are covered by green, and usually this green, the green tone of color, it represents hope. And that's what Eren thinks, I guess. I mean, he still hopes that the next generations that are coming later are doing their best not to repeat the same thing. So, for this reason, and I repeat what I told you this morning, we need a people, and we need a specific people that are going to tell the new generations this story. And the people Eren wants for this are his dearest people. Because of these dearest people, they are the perfect people to tell the new generations there's a story. So everything is on in their hands, and Eren has this great hope that after him everything will be better. So these ruins, even if they are covered in green, this world, that world of the ruins of a paradise, doesn't exist anymore. But there is still the hope that one day it can be rebuilt with the new people, with the people with the consciousness, with the people with respect. I mean, a new world can start again. But if you don't have hope anymore, it's impossible. So this is why Eren is not agreeing with Zeke, because the hope is still there and has to be there that things are changing. So what Zeke wanted to do is totally wrong, because if you erase one entire population, there's no hope anymore. You already decided that there is no hope anymore. And this is not what Eren thinks. That's why that green, to me, it's something really beautiful, not because it's next to ruins, but it's a sign of hope somehow. And at the same time, that green that is spreading throughout the ruins is the sign that humanity lost. Humanity once again made a huge mistake and it lost. While nature is still surviving because nature is the ruler of this world, of the universe, and humanity lost the chance once again, the chance to make something great. So I like when you see these ruins surrounded by green because nature is going to survive always. Humanity depends on how human beings are behaving. So it's up to them. Oh, okay, wait a second. Did I say everything? Um, hmm, yeah. And then I told you already. Eren is um, Eren is changing and he's turning into his adult version. And before going, uh, he is surrounded by these beautiful colors, by this beautiful aura around him. That is the love he receives from his friends, the beauty that he could catch from the world. That is his love for Mikasa. That is everything that was good for him. But I don't know if you noticed, before disappearing, he was turning a little bit. Did you notice that? I mean, he was not just facing the sun in front of him. He was, while turning, he was disappearing. That means that actually, yeah, he wanted to turn. He wanted to stay, but he can't. This is so sad. This is why I'm going to cry hard in the next weeks, or when I will watch the movie, if there will be the movie. I will bring a package of a tissue. But I tell you already, when the movie will be available here on Amazon Prime, or I will buy the Blu-ray, I'm going to rewatch it together with you because I wanted to share with you my thoughts anyway. So even if we will have to go to the cinema in the case of the movie, don't worry because later I'm going to make the reaction of the reaction of the reaction anyway. So we will share this pain together. It's better. um, okay. I told you all of my thoughts. Now I'm going to analyze the lyrics. So, unfortunately, guys, I can't put the volume because otherwise, I mean, this specific song is not like the rumbling, but it's going to block me. I mean, it's going to block my videos or my live streaming. So, I'm just going to read you the sentences and I'm going to tell you my thoughts about them. I think it's the one and only solution. Otherwise, the video, I mean, the live streaming will be blocked, and it's a waste. No? Um, okay, the first sentence is an iron bullet is a proof of justice. Yes, yes, because when you see that there is a person that is doing something bad to the person you love or the person you admire, the person you care, you think that it's nice to have justice for this. So the in those moments in which you are hopeless, the only thing to do is to kill that person, as I told you at the beginning, because Eren in that position was there. Mikasa was about to be killed. He couldn't do anything rather than get his own justice by doing what he did. So this iron bullet, okay, the iron bullet can be referring to the war that we are about to live really soon. But in the case of Eren, is everything that he's doing, everything that he is doing since that moment specifically, that turned him into something that he really didn't want to become. Because I'm pretty sure that Eren, by the events, he was forced to become what he became. So yeah, I think that this sentence is really important. Then, okay, sorry, there is no volume up because I told you why. Okay, then the next sentence is, whenever I shot, I became closer to the hero. Yeah, the hero that everyone wants to see. But is this a good thing or a bad thing? I think it's a bad thing. I mean, this is not something good to turn into a hero by killing others. This is something that happened to Reiner too. And this is wrong. As much as I was telling you in part one, I say it right now too. Reiner wanted to become a hero for his family, for all the people surrounding his family, for the entire honorific Marley uh, side, or even to Marley, to prove Marley, okay, that if he is turning into a hero, ah, my family is safe. No, I mean, the definition of a hero is not this. It's not sacrificing your identity to become what other people want you to become in the worst way. So even Reiner was sacrificing his dreams, was sacrificing his entire life to turn, or to hope to turn into a hero that is not corresponding to something good. So even the fact that these can reflect not just Eren and Reiner, but even Gabi, guys, Gabi. She was always proud at the beginning. Well, I think Gabi is a changing, let me tell you honestly, but I hope to see next something else. Let's hope. But Gabi, she was really proud to shoot, all the Paradise Akuma, and she was really proud to become a warrior since she was a little girl. So this pride that these kids have to, that reflects their will to become a hero by killing others. Something crazy. Let's go ahead. If you close your eyes and touch it, these are the lyrics. The evil who has the same body and the same temperature. Yes. Because um, you know that many people who decide to represent the devil, you know that he is trying to trick you, to manipulate you, to create in you a vision of yourself that it's not. But it's part of the manipulation itself. That's why the same body and the same temperature. And this demon you have inside yourself is telling you that everything you're doing is fine, is good. But from other people's point of view, this is really bad. So once you turn into an evil person, you stop understanding what's right and what's wrong. I mean, you stop understanding where's the limit, because to you, it's something pretty obvious, something pretty fine. And what you're doing, it's totally okay because you're moved by revenge, you're moved by these mischievous feelings that are turning you into a person that has no turning back. Because the more you do bad stuff, the more you can't go back to what you were, the good person you were. These faults are increasing and they can't go back. They can't be erased. They are still there in your heart, in your consciousness. So definitely This is always okay, even if it's something a little bit different, but this is always what I told you when even for Lulushu, yeah, we are talking about Code Geass. But the more you want this power, or the more you think that you can handle it, later you're facing the limits. You're facing the fact that you can't go back as what you were before, even if you wish for. You can't. And once you surpass the edges and you turn back, you say, huh, at that time it was better, but now you can't go back over there. It's too late. So even for Eren right now, it's too late because now you can't even understand from his friend's point of view. You can't even understand, is that the Eren we know? Is that the same Eren, or did he change? We can't even recognize him anymore. Even Connie was saying this. He is not the Eren of before. Yes and no. I mean, yes, because he's behaving in a different way, and yes, because he gained lots of the new knowledge about what's the world and what's behind all of this. But no, because I still believe that Eren is over there. But by doing what he did, he can't go back as what he was before. So I lost the chance, and forever lost the chance, I guess. Okay, let's go ahead. Another sentence. Oh, this is really nice as a question. The lyrics are saying, "Am I not good enough?" Or no, "Am I not good enough? And is he better for you?" Okay, now look, I made three things. Where is it? Is it here? Yeah. La, 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 la. Here we go. Um, Here we are talking when he says, "Am I not good enough?" It's referring to the Eren that is not a hero, the hero that the others want. That means a hero that is going to kill everybody and is going to create massacres and things like this. Am I not good enough? I mean, if I'm staying the Eren that you have always wanted, that you have always that you have always seen, sorry, isn't it good enough? Carla said that it was good enough. I mean, he was good as he was because he was really great. And because, yeah, because he was born in this world. But for the others, is he good enough as he is? No, for the fans, no. To be honest, for the fans, no. Because when he was himself at the beginning, they were always criticizing it. And so even the fans, they are part of this wrong system. The fans who were criticizing it and for what he was at the beginning, they are the same that now they are saying, oh, Eren Kakuya. Oh. Now Eren is a badass. It's better. See, what do we like to watch? Do we like to watch a fragile person? I mean, a person that is natural with his fragility and his innocence? Or do we like to watch badass characters, villains, and characters who are going to defeat everyone? Even we as fans should ask ourselves the question that is asked over here. Am I not good enough? And is he better for you? Yeah, for the fans, he's better the badass Eren. Yes, for what I know. But to me, yes, I like the badass Eren, but I also like the Eren of season one. I also liked to see the pain he felt because of his mother's loss. Because I would have behaved the same. I would have cried hard. And I don't mind if other people think that I am a sensitive or too um, a cry baby or things like this. No, that's real pain. and you can't avoid it. It's better to face it. It's better to recognize it and to accept it. So I like the Eren who cried a lot because he could sense the pain and he was not ashamed to be there and cry. As much as when he lost the other comrades in the forest. Well, many fans were saying, "Oh, Eren is always crying. Oh, he can't do anything else rather than cry." Oh, I would like to see you in his position to feel what he felt. And then we are talking Muay Thai one more time. So, the, am I not good enough? This is a sentence. Am I not good enough? And is he better for you? Am I not good enough? Is the Eren that is not a hero? Is he better for you? The hero that is creating a massacre, that is killing others, that is transforming into an evil character and things like this? Mhm. Or I was thinking another thing. Am I not good enough? It could be even him as an alien. Am I not good enough as an alien? And is he better for you? I mean, is it he the person that is standing on Marley's side against the Paradise or against aliens, all the world that is going against aliens? That it could be even Zeke. I mean, at this point, Zeke wants to exterminate all aliens to stop creating problems to the world itself. I mean, to stop creating problems to the aliens because they are no more born, and to stop creating the problems also for the world so they don't have to attack these aliens. So is it better Eren, who is an alien and he has all the rights to live in peace, or is it better somebody else? It could be two. It could be two. Yeah. Laugh. Okay, look, I wrote a stupid theory right now. I'm thinking as if Eren is talking to Mikasa right now. And he's saying, "Am I not good enough for me, Eren? And is he better for you?" That means John. Okay, here it was something stupid, okay? But try to imagine always Eren and John, they are fighting. Everything they say, it's always just like a way to start fighting, start arguing. So can you imagine? Am I not good enough? Eren is saying to me, because is he better for you? That means Eren is telling me, because is John better for you? That was so okay. It's so stupid. Okay. Um, going back to the lyrics, let's go ahead. There was just a wall. Uh, this wall is once again. That's why I'm connecting this with the previous theory that I thought. That means, am I good? Am I not good enough as an alien? Or is he better for you? He that means the person that is staying outside of these walls. And then there was just a wall. In fact, the wall was the only difference between aliens and the rest of the world, because we can't find other differences. They have two arms, two legs, one head, two eyes. I mean, they are the same. They are not Akuma. They are people. So there's just the wall. That's the difference. The only difference. Or there was just a wall between what I am and what the people think that I am. So even in this case, once again, the appearance, the external appearance, that is what Eren is saying to the others, through to make them believe that he is angry, that he is rude, that he is changed, and the inside, the internal side, after the wall, that means his real feelings, what he really thinks now. Okay, let me go ahead. I'm reading the lyrics right now. Don't cry about the destiny we were born with, the Titans, because their destiny was already written. They have 13 years. That's it. Especially if they become intelligent Titans. So, and don't cry. Hey, yeah, don't cry. It's like as if Eren is imposing himself to stop crying, because he cried a lot already, and now it's time to reach the goal he really wants to reach. That means being free, and that means dying. Because we are all free. Exactly. Let's go ahead. If we have wings like birds, I'm reading the lyrics, we could go anywhere. Listen carefully, because this is what I already told you before. Let me finish the sentence. If we don't have a place to return to, we might not be able to go anywhere. This is what I told you some minutes ago. That means Eren has a place to belong to, that it's Mikasa. And Mikasa is his home. After Carla died, Mikasa is his home. And I'm so happy that Mikasa doesn't break the promise she made to Carla. Take care of Eren, protect Eren. She did it. She did it. So, Mikasa, it was your own will to protect Eren because you promised Carla this, okay? And now I'm angry to Mikasa. No, I'm joking. I really love her. So much in love with Mikasa. She's a goddess. Um, but yeah, do you understand what I mean? Eren has a place he still belongs to. So this sentence here is so great. Now, even if it's hard, he can turn into a bird and he will be able to be free. Because anyway, he will always have a place to go back to. That means the person that has the scarf. That means Mikasa. I love this poetic stuff because anyway, I love poetry itself. So this is so good. But this finally confirms me what I thought. I mean, how I thought Attack on Titan ends. Because some months ago I told you already. In my opinion, this will happen. And by reading these lyrics, I'm so happy that I got it, let me tell you. Even if we still don't have the main representation as an episode, but I'm so happy that I understood Isayama. And if this is what's going to happen, I'm so happy for this. Because no matter if Eren is dead, that bird will always find Mikasa because that scarf, nobody else can have it. Mikasa only. And the bond, it's still there. And the love is still there. So happy. Okay, let's go ahead with the lyrics. I'm turning into a romantic person. Let's go. I don't want to just live. I don't want to just live. And then, boom. I don't want to just live. That means when you live, you're not surviving, you're living. But if you're living in a bad condition, in a bad situation, with a bad environment, you're not living, you're surviving. So what Eren is doing now is surviving. I mean, trying to survive. Everyone wanted him. Everyone wanted to kill him. Every time he was defending himself, he was defending his friends. Oh, he is tired of this type of life. He wants to go away from it. And then, yes, this world is cruel. I'm reading the lyrics now. This world is cruel, but I still love you. Do we have an explanation? Do we need an explanation for this? I don't think so. Yes. No matter if the world is cruel, I still love you because you are the best part of this world. You, Mikasa, you are the beauty of this world. Mikasa, can't wait. Can't wait to look. Okay, I don't think that Eren is going to blush and he's going to say, Mikasa, I love you. I don't think so, but maybe there is something else that can let her understand that he is feeling love for her. Can't wait. Oh, this is turning into a shoujo, a romantic shoujo. No, I'm joking. But okay, I love it. Let's go ahead. And let me tell you once again, I'm so happy that since season two, I thought that they love each other. You know, all the people who said that Eren loved Historia, ma where? 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 I mean, Hmm. Let's go ahead. I'm reading the lyrics. I'm waiting that she's singing. Even if I sacrifice everything, I will protect you, guys. But look, one thing. Okay, we are checking Eren's point of view, of course, in this ending. But what if, what if Mikasa is saying the same thing? Because Mikasa in season one said the world is cruel, but also really beautiful. So it can be even Mikasa talking to Eren right now and saying, let me go back 1 second. This world is cruel, but I still love you. I mean, this can be Mikasa talking to Eren. It's not just Eren talking to Mikasa. Because even if Mikasa is going to lose him, the world is cruel, but I still love you. Or if it's Eren, the world is cruel, but I still love you because even if I don't like this world, I like you that you are the beautiful part of the world. If it's Mikasa talking, it's um, the world is cruel because I'm going to lose you forever, but I still love you. That means no matter if you're dead, the love is over the top. It can be both. And even in the next sentence is the same. It can be Eren talking to Mikasa, but even Mikasa talking to Eren. Even if I sacrifice everything, I will protect you. If we see this thing from Eren's point of view, even if I sacrifice everything, that means even my own life, I will protect you. And how he can protect her? By saying her, I've always hated you, Mikasa. Do you understand? He's sacrificing even his own feelings right now. So he's sacrificing everything to protect her. So, yeah. And if we see everything from Mikasa's point of view, even if I sacrifice everything, that means my feelings for you because you thought, you told me that it's an Ackerman stuff, that it's not my own will, etc., etc., etc. I will protect you because Mikasa always protected Eren throughout the seasons. And she always wanted to save him. So, as you can see, it can be ambivalent. It can be both. This is great. Let's go ahead with the lyrics. I'm waiting that she's singing. I'm sorry. And here, la crème de la crème. Even if this is a mistake, I don't doubt it. Guys, even if this is a mistake, That means even if I know that I told you that I hate you, that I've always hated you, I don't doubt it. That means I don't doubt my feelings because I know that I love you instead. So, or even if this is a mistake, I mean, even if what I'm doing is a mistake, that means to kill people, to go against the entire world, to make me want to die, make myself want to die and reach freedom thanks to that. I don't doubt about my feelings towards you. This is the only thing that I know and the only thing that I'm sure of. This is. Oh, look, but Erin, please, you have to. I'm waiting for the scene in which you say, Mika-san, actually, I when I said that I hated you, no, I mean it was totally the opposite. No, okay, now I'm saying something stupid, but uh, before dying, I hope that Eren, before being killed by Mikasa, he is saying, "Forget about what I told you at that day." Or something. Oh, look, okay, don't tell me anything. I don't want to know, but I hope for something that makes Mikasa understand that she was loved throughout this entire time. Let's go ahead with the lyrics. Um, what is right is believing in myself strongly. Translation: Shingeki no Kyojin. The Shingeki no Kyojin is the type of titan who goes on no matter what, who keeps moving forward, who believes in his strength and believes in his thoughts, because otherwise he can't move forward. This is obvious. I mean, if I don't believe in what I'm doing, I don't move forward, right? So, what is right is believing in myself strongly. And I repeat you once again, this can be even Mikasa talking, because no matter if she thinks, I mean, no matter if she's confused about her feelings, no matter if she is afraid for Eren, etc., no matter the feelings she feels for Eren, what is right is still believing in myself strongly. That means that even Mikasa doesn't have to be confused about her feelings. She has to believe in her feelings because they are true. It's not because she's an Ackerman. It's because she feels what she's feeling for Eren. And this is obvious. Otherwise, I wanted to say it over and over again because many people forgot. But she promised to Carla to protect and to stay by Eren's side. It's a promise. And that promise, sorry that I say it in Japanese, kankenai. I mean, it doesn't have anything in common with her being an Ackerman. Nothing. Because over there was Carla, there was a family. And that promise is made to a person that turned into a family member, that means family. So it's impossible that has a connection with Ackerman. No. And then Eren goes. But he's turning. He's turning a little bit before disappearing. He's turning. So okay, okay. I go back with my serious face. Okay, that's it. I mean, this was my analysis in both ways. That means the scenes and even the lyrics. I have read the manga, but still waiting for the last episode. Your expectations are really high. Mm, no, I don't think so. I mean, my expectations are not high because let's say that my expectations are that this story is ending in the most coherent way, and I think this story will end in the coherent way. So, no. Do you want me to tell you my expectations? Eren will die. Mikasa is going to kill Eren, and Eren is going to come back to Mikasa somehow. These are my expectations, so I don't think they are too high. I'm just following what I saw so far. And if this is what happens, it's coherent. And to me, and from my perspective, I definitely prefer a coherent story instead of something that doesn't have anything to do with the story itself. For example, if Eren survives, so this is incoherent. So if he has to survive it just because he has to stay with Mikasa, no. Or if he survives and then he's going to stay together with all of them, it's incoherent. Um, in these months, I understood many things, but the most important thing that I understood is that if you go back to season one, you already have all the answers of how Attack on Titan is ending. So I don't have any high expectations. If you are referring to that confessing love that I was expecting, okay, first of all, that was a joke because, as I was telling you, I don't expect Eren to face Mikasa and say, Mikasa, I love you. Huh? No, but his love is shown in another way. And this is the beauty. In, it's like in season two, he didn't say, or he didn't kiss her. He didn't say, thank you for telling me these beautiful words, Mikasa, let me kiss you. Or, thank you, Mikasa, I love you. No, he said a sentence that translated means, I love you. That is more important than words. What Eren is doing for his dearest friends are better than words, are facts. And I don't have any sort of expectations. I mean, I have, but I already told you. So if this is what's going to happen, these are not high expectations. These are just a pure coherence. Hello, edits. Hello. Okay. Thank you so much for the support, guys. I finished even. I'm so tired right now, but I finished it. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts, and of course, see you next week with the thoughts regarding episode 18. I made the opening, I made the episode, I made the ending, I made it. And now let's see how it goes. Let's see how this story ends. But anyway, this is without a doubt a great story, no matter the ending. No matter how this story ends, what's inside this story is the most important thing. And if you I mean, if you hold yourself on the ending part only, it means you didn't understand the Shingeki no Kyojin. And it means that you didn't give this story the importance that it has. So I hope that you guys, no matter the ending, will appreciate this story no matter what. Because what this story is telling you is so many things. You already know, I guess. And I don't have to stay here repeating them to you. If you're a great fan, if you support this story, you already know what I'm talking about. Okay, guys, thank you so much for the support. And now I'm going. See you tomorrow with Orient. And I see you the day after tomorrow with all the other stories on the channel. Thank you so much for the support. Bye, guys. See you next time. Thank you. Okay, wait, I'm ending. Yeah. Bye.